All right, we back. Everyone needs an Aquarius. With our back with our return. First of all, Dom, I need to give you props on the shorts we was jumping out, getting some traction out there in the streets. Shout out to the two brothers trying to holler at you in the comments too. Like one dude, did you see it?
I saw some of that. I just was like,
You're like, hey, you've become like the patron saint now. Because one dude was like, so when you want to go, like when you want to
like,
go to cheese.
he said, well, somebody said something kind of crazy where it was just like, I don't know who Shorty is, but I will, like, let's go or some shit he said, and I was just like, but I said it came across like he was like trying to call me mediocre a little bit.
Yeah,
and
but then he said, then his reply, you was like, no, they like that. I'm saying blah blah blah. And he was like, well, shoot, when we going?
Right. I'm like, it's like it's so much happening on YouTube in the comments. Like I'm looking at some stuff now and I'm just like, this is just so funny. Like it just be so funny to me. Yeah, I love y'all. Like y'all keep running that
we
shit
love
up.
y'all for real. Y'all are a delight. Y'all are a delight.
Like y'all need y'all need to stop hating on cheesecake, like and stop fronting like it's not good. Like I didn't say it was elite.
No,
but like I said, are y'all gonna front on that brown bread? Are y'all fronting on them drinks? Somebody else was in the comments like, and they happy hour on point. You ain't never lied. You can get a full meal. You can get a drink, 2 drinks, them sliders, and you add the French fries for like $2. I don't know if that's still an option. That is all like $12 right there.
And you
gonna be full. Stop playing. Shit, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I never did something. The only thing that I don't really messing with like that in my big age no more for real is I don't mess with Olive Garden like that.
I've been out a long time.
Huh?
I haven't been to Olive Garden in a long time.
I had it delivered to my house years ago. And I was like, it was not good at all. Olive Garden is only good if you were there. And and the one time we tried to go recently, like and this was like when stuff started to open up again after lockdown, and it was like one of the few places that was kind of open late, and we couldn't even get a table. So I was like,
Oh, it was that packed in there?
I don't know. It wasn't that it was packed.
Oh, it's just because you separate the table.
Still social distancing. Yeah. I was like, this is a sign that I didn't need to eat here no way. And we went and got some hot wings and called it a day.
Well, man, I want to talk about a couple, man. I own Nelly and Ashanti.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I just want to say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love y'all. I love everybody. Y'all got to stop sending me voice notes singing. Okay? I'm still getting voice notes every once in a while. It's a song. It's somebody singing. I love y'all. I don't
Is he
know
trying to holler?
I don't know. I am confusion. I don't know the people that y'all think I could plug y'all with. I don't know them.
Oh, so this is somebody like trying to like, yo, put me on.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it is like I think it's maybe a courtship type of way, but it keeps happening from other like multiple outlet people. Y'all gotta stop.
It's not the same person every time.
It's not the same person. It's not always the same person. So it gotta stop, y'all. I love y'all, but it gotta stop.
You know what? This reminds me of when I was in middle school and I still had a high-pitched voice and my voice hadn't changed yet. And I used to try to sing Tevin Campbell's "Can We Talk to Girls" over the phone. You know, this is back in the day, y'all. I don't know if y'all don't even know about this because y'all can see people, but Dama remember. You used to meet people sometimes and never see what they look like for a while because it's like, hey, I'm gonna call you on throughway with my homeboy on the other end.
Yeah.
And I was saying to girls, "Can we talk?" Tevin Campbell, because I still had a high pitched voice at the time, or Shy's "If I Ever Fall in Love Again," and those were and maybe that's what they doing. That's what I'm trying to connect it. Maybe that's what they doing.
I don't know what they doing, but what I do know is that it gotta stop.
Voice notes. How long are these voice notes?
Do you want to hear some of it?
Yo, yes.
Okay.
Yes, live.
Okay.
This is live podcasting at its finest, right here, like on the fly.
Okay.
This ain't our life. This ain't how we supposed to be. I could change it, you know I
It's a full production.
would. You and you and me, girl, girl. We're never supposed to be like this.
This is a lie.
You and you and me, girl, girl. We're never supposed to be
Okay,
like
Dom,
this.
you got to reply to him. That I'm impressed. That's a full-on produced song of his own. I thought he was going to sing somebody else's joint over the top of Joe. All the things your man won't do or something.
No, not that nigga.
But I'm saying this is a fully produced song. He went into the studio and recorded this and had this recorded and then gave you the live
No,
version.
he said that's a freestyle in his car.
No,
So I
no,
guess
no, no,
he
no.
had the beat, like, cause
Yes. No.
We gonna talk offline about this.
I'm making up this story for this brother. I'm coming up with my own scenario in my mind. Shout out to Matt for the scenario. We come up with these. This brother wrote the song, had it pre-recorded, then did a live version to show you how much he liked you. He was like, I'm gonna kick it live for you. Just like you, Michael Bivins, outside of a bus, and your group is Boys the Men.
Sir.
Motown Philly.
I put it on the podcast page, the Whiskey Sour page.
So supposedly the song Ooh Ah was pre-written already. That's what they did in front of Michael Bivins. That's what he did right there from Boys the Men. Boys the Men did that.
If y'all want to hear the rest of the song, go to the Whiskey Sour podcast page and then swipe. I say y'all gotta stop sending me these voice notes and swipe.
You do your thing, brother. Send some more. That's the way you get her.
That's
get her.
Anyway, Nelly and Ashanti, speaking of music.
Yo, I kind of like them with all this shit though, man. And I'm not a cat that get caught up in that stuff. But now I'm starting to see the game change on them, where people starting to hate on them.
Okay, see,
that's where I'm getting now. That's where it's kind of flipping, if that makes sense. Where it's like, oh, it's cute. Now people getting tired of seeing their ass.
Well, what's happening? What I'm seeing a lot of on my feed is people are saying, "Go ahead and spin the block."
Yeah,
you know, because you know you might not have been ready for that first time, so spin the block, you know. And I believe that people can grow and change. And my only concern is this: why did it take all of this for Nelly to claim her? Because remember when they first dated, he would never claim Ashanti, and she would never, like, I guess that was their thing, but it was like, y'all go everywhere together, but nah, that's just my homegirl.
But you gotta remember that was in that time period, because remember Jay-Z didn't claim Beyonce till they got married.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, remember they was together since like 2000.
Well, also,
okay, but don't do it. I already know where you're going. Don't do it. That's not we're not adjudicating that one on this show. But I'm saying
you be setting me up all the time. You set me up all the time, and I always walk right into the trap. Why? Dom, do better. You gotta do better. We should know this by now. We've been working together.
Hey, it's like the Roadrunner and the Coyote. Where's all that shit sitting there?
It's like it considering this fact that one of the topics that we're gonna talk about today, that's why that's funny.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, I don't know. Like I don't listen. As long as
comments,
you say what
90s group, I can't wait till they break up so I can laugh at this.
Why?
That's what I was like. Damn. It's like, yeah, they can't be this happy and blah blah blah. And I'm like, damn.
But I think we live in this weird space where people are not really honest about us being in control in our happiness, and we all deserve happiness, especially in these tumultuous times. Like whatever little pocket full of sunshine that I can get, I'm taking that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so many people, it is really true. Misery does love company, and when you get out of certain stuff and you realize like, oh, this person was like this, and you start fucking with them, and your whole life shifts, man, let them niggas be happy, even if it's just temporarily. Like, just let them be happy. I think it's also so interesting that we never really saw Ashanti kind of never really date anybody else. And she could have been, because she's Ashanti, you know, it's probably low key. She's more low key with her shit. Where Nelly is definitely a St. Louis nigga and is more flamboyant and flashy about what the fuck he got going on.
And also, that's how I knew Ashanti's for him. What did she get him for his birthday? What a St. Louis nigga love. Old school. That's how I was like, oh, she know her dude.
She know him. And you know, and I understand that he was with Miss Jackson for like a long time too.
She ain't never give him no old school.
Yeah, and I think for me, you know, and I don't mean to count anybody's pockets, but I also understand why she could have left. Why you would leave Floyd Mayweather? Like because like if you are really about like a certain lifestyle monogamy, like dating him, you are not going to have a conventional lifestyle at all. It's going to be multiple women, you know, and it's going to be women. Yeah, and but then also money wise, it's like pretty much. And I'm talking about from what I experienced as a, you know, sales girl, like helping Floyd Mayweather. Mm-hmm. Yo, you can get like Floyd Mayweather trick his money off on everybody. Like he will buy anybody, everybody, because he got it like that. It's nothing to him. But if that's not like, I want monogamy. I don't want my nigga tricking off on everybody. Like I could see how you could walk away from that. So and so Nelly provided more stability. You know, like Nelly, you know, for the most part, I feel like he live in St. Louis, low key, but just in Lake St. Louis.
Yeah.
He's not out here paying these high ass tax property taxes.
He sold that Lake St. Louis house. This is another area close to Six Flags.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Do what you got to do. You ain't paying half the shit, not even a quarter.
And his crib probably crazy.
Yeah, probably. But you know, like I like it. I like seeing niggas smile. I love a smiling ass nigga. Though I ain't down. Sometimes smiling ass niggas still be doing their dirt. All that smiling, you know, niggas be crying at weddings, crying at weddings and shit. You walking down the aisle, next week that nigga cheating on you. Yeah, I'm like, I'll never forget my mama said that shit about Rick Fox. She's like, all that crying he did when Vanessa Williams walked down that aisle for him to cheat on that girl.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, the nigga cheated on Vanessa Williams.
Oh, I thought it was just a mutual breakup.
No, I believe he was cheating. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, but anyway, I don't know. I really like seeing people happy. I love it. Just because it's fun. And also, I'm gonna say this. It's kind of like this weird nostalgic feeling, and you know how like niggas, we love nostalgia. Like it take you to a certain place. You remember what you was doing, and I feel like we need to see stuff like that. I'm tired of all the clickbaity topics and all of that shit. Like, let that nigga be happy. Let her be happy. What?
And I wonder if they feel like this, Dom. They like, man, most of my relationships in general are always on the low. Mm-hmm. If we gonna be back together, we gotta be back together. Because we both two celebrities. We can't be hiding it. Let's just do us, and if we happen to be out there, happen to be out there.
Yeah. I feel like probably Ashanti definitely was like, I'm not about to be doing this hiding bullshit. Like, you're not absolutely. Like, I would only do it if you fully invested in it. I'm not. It's not because there's no benefit to me. Like, I'm not about to be playing the games with you. You know that we was playing like 20 years ago. Like, she in her 40s. That nigga almost 50. Stop it.
He just turned 49. Yeah, almost 50.
Yeah, that nigga almost 50. Stop it.
And and low key, this has been amazing for their brands.
It really has. But I'm always hold it down for the crib. POP, hold it down. Because bad hair day, but that's how y'all got this cardinal hat today. But yeah, I love love. I'm serious. In my old age, I love love. It's a good time. That's a good look. I hope they make it all the way through. I hope they make it.
I will put a kink in this. There is something that they had to get over. Two things they had to get over for this to
Don't talk about that.
You know, are you talking about the concert?
What you talking about?
Where a person that it was beefing with Nelly brought Ashanti on stage.
That was Slim. So that clip that went viral of Nell, like
that was 5-6 years ago. Yeah, that was at the State of He's this concert here called State of Emergency, and he brought her on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think I know something you were supposed to say had to do with Slim. I was like, don't do that.
No, it is to do with Slim. And then the other thing is the little pornography. I'm trying to not say the word for the YouTube algorithm.
Don't say it then. I know what you're talking about.
But the Slim thing was pretty big. That was a big thing when that happened.
I mean, I feel like that started a chain of events. I feel like the because like Slim low key been beefing was like beefing with all of them niggas. But I feel like
for you. You've been beefing with them for you.
So I like that's so I feel like that started a chain of events, and so whatever happened there, because then the next thing you know, we had the now Ali doing interviews at the radio, like it was just all got weird, and so it's weird because like even shout out to my daddy, girl, big nigga, my daddy was watching that Vlad interview with, and I said, Dad, what were you watching? Where the Vlad interview comes up.
Went into your algorithm. Ain't his algorithm supposed to have Shaka Khan in there and like
right. So that's what I'm saying. I was like, y'all got my daddy invested in this bullshit. I'm gonna need for y'all to apologize. And I feel like this. All I'm gonna say is this. If it is true that Nelly owes him or them a certain amount of money, just pay him and move on. Mm-hmm. Just pay him whatever. And if y'all have something that is legally binding, you definitely should. But also, I feel like y'all don't, because that nigga would have sued you and took you to court, because it would have been.
And a lawyer would have took that easy.
Yeah, a lawyer was like, oh, absolutely, like this is nothing, and y'all would have settled. But that's the only thing that's kind of weird. And I feel like, and I told my dad this, I said, I feel like the niggas is only acting like that. I was like, because now I know that Nelly tours, he don't take all of them on the road no more. No. That shit gets costly. So when you cutting off somebody's bag, I can
guess. And he's not as big anymore. He's not as big. Yeah. He's not getting as much per shows. I mean, he's a legacy artist now.
Yeah, so that it come in, so I gotta move differently.
No, but I will push back on you on this. He does take Chingy and Jaquan with him on the road.
I was about to say that. I said he does take Quan and them out, but also that's two people versus a whole group of niggas,
and they got more hits. Like Jaquan has like a bona fide hit that's gonna have the whole concert going crazy. Chingy got 4 or 5 hits.
Yeah, I still want justice for Jaquan.
Shout out to Jaquan, man. He did a great job in the Blood Brothers, man.
Nigga, I did not want him to die.
Because he was so St. Louis. He was so St. Louis.
But he was so. I mean, you knew I was like, okay, did you watch a couple of did you take a couple acting classes? Because he was just so himself, but it was also very believable. And that's what we like about acting. So shout out to Quan. Like, maybe you'll come on and give us an interview. Or something, like we would love that.
I'm glad to see him back, like, because he was kind of down and out for a while. I'm glad to see the resurgence of him coming back and getting.
Yeah, I remember I watched that. He has a really interesting interview on BET. Like BET was doing these things where they were interviewing people kind of like
Yeah, they did one with Murphy Lee. They did one with the young
the Murphy Lee one was good. His was good because they had at one point I know he was saying he was paying child support for a kid that wasn't even his.
Oh, I didn't see it. I know the series you're talking about.
Oh, nigga, it is good.
Yeah, because Nicole Ray did one too. But like, dang, I need to watch his. Then I'm about to go online and watch Jaquan's.
Yeah, Jaquan got a story. It is so crazy, and it's so interesting. Because we went to school together. He a Montessori kid. He a Montessori kid.
Oh, because is he a West Side kid?
I'm not 110% sure, but we had buses, so depending on where you was, like we talked about earlier, where you fell on those lines.
Yeah, it all depends.
And with because we was busing kids in from the county to the school, so it just depends. But we
go to. Is he from UC?
Yeah, because he has a set of twin brothers, like older brothers, too, and then like because we all went to the same school, and he was running with my friend Alvin.
I feel like what was the school Jaquan went to? I wonder which one he went to. I'm just interested.
What, high school?
Yeah.
Didn't he drop out though? Like I feel like
he dropped out. Damn, it don't even show.
Out because like I know his mom had like kicked him out because he said he wanted to rap.
Dang, so they don't even show what high school he went to. Damn, he might not even. He probably didn't even graduate.
Yeah, I don't think he graduated. Cause like Tipsy came out when I was in high school, like the end of like Tipsy came out. I think like my senior year?
Yeah,
I remember we was trying to get him. Man, we wanted him to perform. Like it was this girl talking to either him or his brother something. But I remember we wanted him to perform. Like he was open to doing it like for free because he had never went to prom or anything like that. And then Miss Tobias ass was like, no. Cause she's like, yeah, I'm not finna ghetto up my prom. And I'm like, bitch, it's not your prom.
Ghetto up my prom. Okay.
Yeah, because like they had one. I remember somebody entered some contest, even like this is years before us. It's like some MTV contest, and they had one, and she was like the coordinator was like, yeah, that's cute, but that's not happening. Like MTV is not coming to this prom.
Wow. Yeah. Dang, Jaquan. Man, I'm glad to see you back, brother. Doing your thing. I'm glad to see you back. All right.
It's Hood Hop.
Hood Hop is the shit.
Hood Hop is the shit.
That's a St. Louis. That's a St. Louis joint though.
That Track Boys, that beat just whoo.
Yeah. Shout out to Tarboy and them, man. From the Track Boys.
Yeah.
But let's get into Keith Lee, man. This has been an ongoing saga. I thought it had been over by now.
It's still going. Okay. What's crazy is that there are still people that don't know who Keith Lee is, and I love that. Like you're not involved in the.
I found out about him when this happened.
Really?
Well, Sleepy mentioned him when the Darius Crooks thing was going down, and I was like, okay, Keith Lee. I thought he was the big muscular chef dude that be on those chef shows. I didn't know that it was this brother that used to be a MMA guy.
Yeah, no, he somebody said word of the curve low key too is that Keith Lee's supposed to be hopping into St. Louis. Now I don't know when, but I heard that he's supposed to be coming to St. Louis soon. So y'all know
I'm just saying, I'm Keith. If you listen to this, I would advise you to walk lightly. Darius Crooks already came through here on us, and cats ain't gonna let it slide about anything. Well, but I heard he seems like he's a more humble, regular dude.
He's just like you said, I'm a paying customer, and because he does have fame now, he don't even really go in no more. Like he sends his families. Like it's not like a really necessarily like a depending on the place. Like it's not necessarily like a dine-in experience. Everything always happens from his car.
You're doing secret shopping. Remember the mystery shopper stuff that people used to get paid?
Yeah, secret shoppers, and that was still a thing. You know, like sometimes some companies still pay for that. So you have to what Keith Lee did for the most part, like just being for real, like we all see the Twitter threads, we see the conversations. All he did was confirm what people have been saying for a long time, you know, unfortunately. And like he said, you're trying to give me special treatment now that you saw that I like hopped in and said something. And no, that doesn't work because I am just like these other people. Like I know even at one of the spots where it was like some crazy wait, they wanted to give him a table. He was like, no, we just really want to take our food to go. Is that possible? That table that y'all was gonna give me. Oh, was that Candy spot? I thought that was somebody else's spot.
Because she came out the video saying that they don't serve to ghost food on the weekends because of some process.
Oh yeah, because you don't have enough people in your kitchen working.
Yeah, but it's hard. But it's hard to hire some people now. It's a weird thing how we have an unemployment issue, but at the same time, some of these other jobs, they're in high demand. But
well, you know, I think people don't want to pay people a fair living wage.
Yes. And that's why some of these jobs are open.
And that's why, and I think that people, and especially if you are like that boomer era, they don't understand that at all. And so they got mad or was frustrated with everything that happened with COVID. And I was like, so you mad somebody actually, the system is doing what the system is supposed to do, which is support and look after their citizens and pay people a living wage or whatever. I'm like, these companies, you know, people didn't want to go back because, you know, I'm making more money on unemployment than I am working for some of these companies. Companies do not like, nigga, Imperial vegetable oil, spread butter, whatever. Nigga, that shit used to be 86 cents. Why is it $1.99? Why is butter $7 and $8? Well, I made pot roast the other week. I got all the ingredients that I needed. I didn't even get like a huge like roast, but all those ingredients plus like the few other things that I got, I had 2 bags and it was like $70.
Damn.
And I was like, I don't have nothing to show for this. Like, what is this? So I think with Keith Lee, it's just like, honestly, we need a Keith Lee of like fashion. We need a Keith Lee of like hair, going to get your hair done somewhere, because like the things that be happening to people getting their hair done, it's just like fucking wild. And I think what's really fucked up about all of this is the people when he went to Milk and Honey, and I think the other thing that's also alarming here too is that why do we have an issue with criticism? Like, if there's something I can do, and I guess this is different for me because I come from a customer service background, right? Mm-hmm. So my dad had his own business. My mom, you know, on top of like having her own, I was always taught to, the back of my dad's business card says satisfy the customer. So I think about stuff like that, and it's just like, why are we removed from Yelp reviews, critiques, and all this stuff, and where we can make our business better? I run a business, you know, which y'all, I'm gonna be doing half off. So half off. I'm like, when I say half off, a candle is $30. One of my candles is $40. So when I say half off, but it is a minimum purchase number. So I'm telling y'all right now, it will be a minimum purchase number.
Let me get one candle. Like,
when you add that shipping on, you're gonna be like, exactly.
You might as well get more than one.
Yeah. So with that said, I think it's just really weird that like you got people like Ocho Cinco saying stuff like, "Oh, he's bad business for the Black community." No,
Ocho Cinco rebutted himself. He fell back on it.
Okay. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Voiced Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
He responded directly because you know him and Shannon was like, dude, this dude has saved black businesses. You know that, right? Like,
right. I'm like, and let me tell you this, because of his review of a black restaurant in Vegas, my sister and I, when we went to see Usher, made it a point to go to that restaurant and eat. And when I tell you, exquisite service, food was amazing. She gave us extra food just because of that, and we went right when they kind of opened, so it was it might have been open like maybe like 40 minutes to an hour, and so nobody had come in, so we was like, but just above and beyond customer service, like them oxtail, like the oxtail stew, like all of that shit, it was amazing. But that's the power of influence. This is what people should be doing. You should not be using your influence to be a dickhead, academics. But I think what's weird, because Candy never, even in her response, Candy still never addressed the fact that, hey, this is something for us to take into consideration. You know, maybe we do need to hire more people. Maybe even if we have people that just work weekends or something, weekend staff or whatever, where we can counterbalance this. Because, like, I'm sorry. I'm not, anywhere you tell me where it's a 2-hour wait, I'm out. If I can't make reservations, especially if you know you're busy on a week, y'all need to have a reservation system. So then it also balances the workload of what's happening in the kitchen. I'm not mad at the 2 hour. Oh, you only got 2 hours to sit here. Not mad at it. It's a lot of places out here in LA that are like that. I'm used to that. That does not bother me. Now it only bothers me if you're going to try to rush me and you didn't sit me on time. And then you're not giving me exceptions. No,
I'm 30 minutes behind. Then you're gonna get. Oh, you only got an hour and 30 because you behind.
No, boo. So, with that said, I feel like the places that he did address, I felt like they could have been more appreciative of that and just received that message. Because like he did not tear them down. He's like, this is my experience. I'm also telling you, you can go, you know, and your experience can be completely different. Now to the milk and honey spot. If indeed that post is from a manager where y'all referred to him as autistic, y'all allowing an autistic person to narrate how y'all gonna eat or whatever on the internet, whoop whoop whoop, girl, fuck you. And my best to hear what, girl, fuck you, because that's not okay. Like, whether he has special needs or not, he's not the first person to say that, and he's not gonna be the last person to say that about y'all establishment. Fucking do better, receive it, and just do better and move on. Now, I'm going to say this to y'all Negroes. I'm not going to keep going somewhere and, you know, just getting on Twitter talking shit. Y'all need to be calling a Better Business Bureau. like if it's stuff like that happening, like, there are systems in place. There are systems in place. Listen, fucking British had an F with the BBB and niggas was still ordering stuff from British. Kylie Jenner, F with the BBB. Niggas was still ordering shit from Kylie Jenner. There are systems in place. So then now you know, you enter at your own risk. But I feel like y'all should take that and be adults and receive it and make it better. And that's it for me.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it's so rigid of a situation when it comes to us as black people because we already behind the eight ball when it comes to so many different things. So it's a thin line between critique and hating sometimes within our community. But regardless, if you're working in the service industry, you got to take that and actually take it in
Yeah.
because your job is service overall. If regardless if it's hating, they hating or not.
So you are correct. So, but I also it's like one of those things considered a source. But you, when you are a customer service facing business,
Mm-hmm.
you always want to improve. Like I get when it comes to my business, I'm like always, how can I improve the burn? How can I improve on a scent or something? Like if somebody says something, or I'm like, okay, are you adhering to the instructions? So there's certain things like where I'm at, where I'm having a conversation back and forth. I'm not mad, but I'm like, okay, so I am aware. Like I had this conversation with a homegirl who sent me, oh, this is what happened, blah 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 blah. Did you adhere to the candle instructions that are there? Were you trimming your wig? And I get it, everybody don't trim their wig, but I'm like, hey, if you don't trim your wig a little bit after each burn, after each the wax is hard, and you go to burn it again, that does make your flame bigger. That does make the burn a little difference. That is going to cause more, carbon to build up, which is going to cause soot, which you can wipe out. But if you're not adhering to the instructions, that's part of it. But it's like, okay, I did everything right. Okay, let me replace this for you. Let me fix this. Like how can I make it better? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm a customer facing business.
yeah, that's the main thing. Is it's a customer facing business. What did Burger King say was you could get it your way?
Have it your way.
Have it your way. Even though you may not, it may be ridiculous.
You
Sometimes
can't
you
always have it your way, but for the most part, you should be able to have it your way.
and I use an example, man. And shout out to Ray Robinson. He taught me this back when we were doing our parties, man. And it was this girl that's giving me a hard time about her damn table, man. Like she was just complaining about every little thing, asking about all these different things. And she was like she wanted her money back, and she'd already had her table for most of the party. Her people was there and everything. And we're like, just give her money back, dude. Just give her just don't. If you could just shut her the fuck up and just let her keep it moving, just give her money back. And I was like, damn. And then I gave it to her. She couldn't say nothing because I gave you your money back. Fine, I'm not gonna keep arguing with you over this little $150. Take it.
Yeah.
Take
and
it.
you won't have to. And here's the thing too, when it comes to customer service, there are some L's you're gonna take because there are some people that will take advantage. I working at the shit that these customers pull, like the messages that I get, the weird stuff, even at this luxury brand, and those are gonna be the worst ones. It ain't always. But you be surprised the way they talk to you, the entitlement that they have, just because they are customers. So yes, that's why I also said consider the source. Some you do have to do that sometimes, but like also it's like if I've done everything in to make sure that you were okay, immediately I wouldn't even let her stay half as long as you said she did. I would have been like, you know what, that's okay, not a problem, we're gonna issue you a refund, we're gonna give it back to you however she paid on her card or if she paid cash or whatever, and then I would have made her relinquish the table because it's somebody
I gave her cash. I was like, here, take the cash.
I was like, yeah, because it's gonna be somebody else that's gonna want to spend the money. And I don't get mad at them for like having certain rules. Like people like, oh, they be trying to keep niggas out from doing certain stuff. I'm not mad. Like if I got an establishment, yes, I have insurance, but I also want people to keep in mind too, when businesses are starting out and you are on a new business vision, you don't have the connections that certain people may have when it comes to wholesale. They might not know, like, oh, if I got a wholesale license, I could probably get this cheaper, or I know this person. So you are learning the ins and outs. You are learning the ropes. If somebody telling you can't stand on a fucking chair, don't stand on a fucking chair, man. Don't do this, don't do that. So y'all are mad at but so y'all are mad at these restaurants because they trying to keep their shit nice. Cause like you never know. Like if they had to play face value for something, that chair might have been $100. Yeah, $100 don't seem like a lot, but if it's like weekly, I'm buying
Another chair.
things that I have to replace. That adds up. So also, yes, can these restaurants do better? Absolutely. There's always room for improvement, but it goes both ways. So y'all also treat them with kindness too, but don't be treating customers like shit.
It's plain and simple. Just treat people with some common decency, man.
It takes nothing to be a decent human being. I always say it. Nothing. It takes nothing.
So let's. I do want to tell you about this J. Cole and Souljah Boy thing. That's
Okay, because I have no clue what's happening.
I'm gonna put in some of the clip here too as well, but J. Cole basically was talking about how he was ignorant to a certain cat's music just because of what he liked and what he believed in, and not understanding how they could have some creativity and dopeness in their own ways. And he mentioned Souljah Boy. He was like, how can I sit here hating and I'm sitting there singing, you like that's I'm doing that, you doing that. It's big. I can't hate on it. Souljah Boy took it personal. Souljah Boy told J. Cole to keep his name out his mouth because he didn't have to bring him up at all when he wanted to say that. But the thing was, though, is J. Cole was putting it all on himself of saying, like, yo, I was wrong. But Souljah Boy has found out a way to make it that way. And now supposedly he's retracted that because Nicki Minaj, out of all people, has now told him that he was in the wrong. So now he believes it, which is an amazing feat that those combined together.
Growth.
Yeah.
Growth. Shout out to Natasha. Wow.
Yeah.
I was not expecting.
Yeah.
I thought you was about to say they was like beefing over.
No,
like,
J. Cole ain't even
really
saying nothing bad about him. Souljah Boy made this into a beef, and it's one of them things of like, have you ever seen somebody getting mad at somebody, and he was like, "Hey man, like they or like when someone's trying to give them money and they getting upset, like he just saying he's gonna give you your money back. Like, why are you still mad? It's just the principle. Like, he's giving you your.
Oh, shut the fuck up, bitch ass nigga, dirty head ass bitch. Go wash them stinking ass dreads, nigga. Go wash them stinking ass dreads, nigga. Dreads look like they nigga smell like mildew, nigga. Nigga lame as fuck on it. I'm a hater. Man, shut the fuck up. Don't nobody give a fuck what you hating on. Don't nobody give a fuck about your music and opinion, nigga. Who the fuck is you, bitch? You ain't God, nigga. You don't run hip hop, nigga. Don't nobody give a fuck about your opinion, boy. Go sit your pussy ass down somewhere. All you fuck niggas, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, nigga, don't say nothing at all, nigga. Oh, God, I do not know you niggas. I don't fuck with you niggas. I don't want to know you niggas. Don't speak on me, nigga. Fuck your opinion, nigga. You was a bitch. How about that? For a motherfucking opinion, you was a bitch, nigga. Now I knock your ass out, nigga. How about that, nigga? One-on-one, nigga, I'll beat your motherfucking ass, nigga. Nobody give a fuck about your pussy ass opinion, jit.
Money back. You won. You won the argument. He's saying that he was in the wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, shout out to Nicki Minaj because normally.
Yeah, I'm putting the Souljah Boy and all that stuff's ahead of here. Y'all heard it already, but keep going. I mean, not Nicki Minaj. Just
I never knew I would say that because she did something shady the other day, but that's neither here nor there. But Souljah Boy, like is.
I love Souljah Boy though, for the record. That's the funny thing.
Okay. Now I ain't never listened to a full Souljah Boy album, but I also see what J. Cole said. Like you said, you ain't never listened to a Beyonce album. I've never listened to a Jodeci album. They both are influential, as big parts of our culture. So it's understandable, but people gravitate toward things that they like. They bring them comfort, that bring them joy. So I understand, like sometimes when you venture out and you just be like, why the fuck did I do that? You know what I mean? Like it's some stuff I just be like, wow, why so that's just the reality of the situation.
Name an artist.
I'm not doing that today.
Name an artist. I'll do one if you do one.
I listened to Nicki Minaj's Queen album.
Is that new?
And it's old. So when it came out, now mind you, I'm going to be transparent here. I have only fully listened to the Pink Print, mainly because Beyonce was on Feeling Myself. But I did enjoy it. But also, I'm also say with some of the Drake stuff, like that I haven't gotten through. I'm like, why the fuck did I do that?
Mine
It
is Summer
wasn't
Walker.
good.
Mine is
Huh?
Summer Walker. Mine is Summer Walker.
Oh, you gotta shut the.
No.
But
God bless you.
also, understandable. I see how you got there. I can see it. Which album?
The last one. The one that just came out that everybody was raving about. That you was too, and you was like, you gotta listen to it.
I love it. But it's not a relatable content to you. I probably
That's
should
what
have
it is.
said, listen to the one that's like the pretty much an all pink cover. That is
Okay, no, this
definitely
is the one that just came out, the last one.
yeah. Where she like it's like kind of her putting her hand out the window or whatever.
Yeah, and when she was pregnant or whatever. Too.
Yeah. So, but that first album, but her EPs, like her little EPs, were fire though. Like Girls Need Love, CPR. What's the other one? It's the one where she's standing on like a Jeep. I forget the name of that one. Cause she got this song, Treat Me Like YT. Don't get me dirty. Don't do me to love. I love it. But like,
See,
but I really, really, really love her first album. But I can understand how you can say, hey, I'm not going back to listening to listen to that after what I heard. Understandable.
yeah, I'm not into that at all. Yeah, and I don't understand it, and it's not for me. This is not for me.
And that's okay.
Yeah, but shout out to J. Cole, Souljah Boy. Souljah Boy, you just be mad, boy. Because I get it, because Souljah Boy.
Drake.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Souljah Boy is and I'm gonna give Souljah Boy credit here. He paved the way for all these internet rappers in general, like the way digital media is consumed.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side, he's also the court jester that people use as the prototypical, like, this is what messed up rap. Like when people like talk about it, they use him as like the first one, then Lil Yachty, then I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Done a complete 180. Like the make under is amazing for Lil Yachty.
Right. No, I mean, I used to call him Yahtzee. I wasn't no haters. I used to call him Lil Yahtzee. But this last one was kind of decent. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad. But Lil Yachtzee impressed me.
I think I think when it comes to people like Souljah Boy, we can even throw T-Pain in there because I think about Usher and what Usher
I guess T-Pain with the auto tune. He was like
the auto tune and just having fun, because I would say music is supposed to be fun because it is medicine. And so, which is why we also have to be careful about certain things that we consume. Not Shrek. But also, Souljah Boy was such an iconic moment.
It was.
It was iconic. And we can never take that away from you, Souljah Boy. So you, as long as you know, but I think also maybe he misinterpreted because
he's tired of people coming after him. He feels like,
yeah, and I would say that his I think he's tired of not getting his just due. Yeah. I think that's where it boils down from. I think he's tired of not getting his just due. So when his name is in people's mouths, he is used to people trying to hate on him and play him. And so where I could see initially how he was, could be offended, but had he probably really listened and really sat and listened to what J. Cole was saying, J. Cole was like, I was fucked up. I did wrong. Because you are correct. I was vibing to this shit. I was, because like everybody was doing the Souljah Boy. So the Souljah Boy was iconic. It was a global moment. And it wasn't like that was just the one song. Everything after that, Turn My Swag On, the remix of Turn My Swag On. You had Kiss Me Through the Phone. Didn't he have a
Pretty
song
Boy
with Chris
Swag.
Brown?
Pretty Boy Swag.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think that's really what it is. Soulja Boy, we here. We're gonna give you your flowers. We appreciate you.
Just this, I mean,
just get them money. Just get them people their money back for them. They game consoles, okay?
And it's the only thing is though as well is that J. Cole would go out there and destroy him like rapping, like, and he's the type of rapper that'd be like.
We know that, but
right, but I think he would actually do it, and I think that's why Nicki Minaj told him you need to settle down because he actually may try to ruin your career with a one rap song. He's one of the few artists that could
Cole did that. If J. Cole, and I'm not sure, like I said, like I feel like if J. Cole did that, I'm like, you was just bored today. Like, because
no, but I'm saying if Soulja Boy was out there talking bad about him like that, and it wasn't like
yeah. I feel like that was kind of probably like a one and done situation, probably for Soulja Boy, because you see when he said the stuff about he don't dwell on that. He's like, I'm just telling y'all what it is. This how I feel. I wholeheartedly agree with him on that. But he didn't live in that space like, oh, this motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say nothing like that. He just said what he said on the Breakfast Club and kept it moving.
Hey, that's one of the most iconic moments of radio. And that fool had that big ass Gucci rag on his head.
That stretched out headband, dirty headband.
But wait, big soldier, man.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get in your conspiracy theory area right quick.
Okay.
This Whitney Houston real mom thing. I'm gonna add a clip in right here. You sent this, and at first I was like, hell no. I'm gonna let it play here though.
Now, I'm not gonna say this is true, but this just popped up on my For You page, and now I feel like I am being played with, okay? Now, this is alleged, this is all conspiracy, but y'all know me, I love a good conspiracy, okay? So pretty much what is being said, right, is that Whitney Houston is not the biological daughter of Sissy Houston, but she's still her mother nonetheless, okay? Let's just put that out there. Now, allegedly, right, Sissy is actually Whitney's stepmom. Like on some real life Fence the Movie type situation. Like the father of Whitney Houston actually had allegedly an affair, right? And the affair was allegedly with this singer actress named Teresa Graves. And allegedly, when the affair happened, allegedly, I'm gonna keep saying allegedly, right? Teresa got pregnant. And then when she gave birth to the baby, basically, he was like, yo, Sissy, we gonna take care of this child together. This is my baby. Like I said, on some real, like the movie Fences, remember how Denzel came home with the baby? Who was like, her mama died during birth. This is my baby. We gonna raise it. That, like, on some shit like that.
I'd appreciate it if you was to help me take care of her.
Now, I wouldn't have believed it if these mother lovers wasn't doing side by sides like this. Like, do you see? And then I had seen an interview that Teresa Graves did back in the day, and she sounds just like Whitney.
Shows how it's called the funny side of marriage. It's how we all meet and court each other, and we finally get married. There's a big wedding scene. It's really pretty, and Gene Kelly is the minister, and it shows all couples getting married. And we have a big dance section, and we do the waltz, and we do the polka, and we do the horror. It's great. We do everything in the show. It's gonna be the best thing on next fall. Trust me.
In the studio since I was 12. My mom took me in the studio, and I've been working professionally since I was 12 years old. And I said, I want to be a singer. She said, you want to be a singer? You You really do? I said, yeah, I really do. So she said, okay, let's go. And she took me by my hand, and that was it. But I feel no pressure from those two. I mean, I have nothing to prove. I give myself, and that's it. That's all I have to give. It's not all it's cracked up to be. It ain't all the glamour and all that stuff. It's hard work. It's a lot of work. But when you love it, it feels good. My face being shown all the time certainly doesn't hurt at all. And when people in the modeling business really never knew that I did sing. So when they found out I did sing, it was like, oh, so besides that, you can sing. So let's deal with that too, you know. So it's just one feeds off another, you know. They both give one another.
Now I ain't saying I believe.
All right. Hey man, they got a point. I'm sorry. I don't do conspiracy theories after 2003, but this one here, this is pre 2003, so I can't dress this one in. This one looks very good. This one looks real good. Like this one looks real.
The look, the mouth, the way she spoke, the way she sang, her mannerisms. It was
looks
creepy.
Real tasty.
It was creepy. So what do you?
I always thought that she never looked like none of the other Houstons, like in general.
Me neither, but that ain't none of my business.
Right. But I'm talking about even in general.
And I always felt like, okay.
And the second of all, her daddy was a fly dude, though.
Yeah, but see, also I always felt like she probably pulled more from Dionne Warwick, you know, with that being her aunt.
Yeah.
So I felt like that. So because G's show up in weird ways, you know, like you could look like a second. All of a sudden, you got a second cousin twice removed, and that person look like you. You know,
so you look just alike, and you like we ain't never even met each other.
We never met each other. You know, y'all have similar interests in certain things. Like it's just really funny. And so I think that I think I sent that to you in the middle of the night. I'll be on TikTok, y'all. I'll get up and go to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden I'm on TikTok and I'm scrolling, and the randomest stuff is coming up on my feed, and that's how this happened. And I sat there. I got chills. I got chills watching that video, and certain stuff kind of makes sense now. But also it's like how they really, I felt like, especially because how they was trying to shield Whitney Houston from a lot of stuff and protect her from all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that really also being another layer to it.
And it's like you said, she knows the real thing, but she can't display it. Think about how messed up that could do you as an individual if this is true, and like you find out that your mother is this other woman, but Clive Davis and them are saying, "Hey, we can't even run with that. You just gonna have to run with this, and you got to sit with that." On top of the fact your dad was cheating, it's just so many layers that you got to run.
So many layers to it, because it wasn't like he just all of a sudden he stopped cheating. Because you remember she didn't even go to his funeral.
No.
So it's so many layers to her story. Because I watched the I Want to Dance with Somebody movie. And it was really good.
Is that the actual movie, or is that the one where it's like
not the one with Yaya? It's the actual movie that her family cleared.
No, but it's not. It's a documentary. Is it, or is it a live action portrayal?
It's just a movie.
Okay,
it's
that's
a movie.
The one with the old girl that was kind of a new girl that came. That was a Broadway chick, right?
I think so.
Because played Bobby in that. My boy from Moonlight.
Yes.
Played Bobby. Yeah.
Yes. And it was he was good too. He was good.
He's a good actor though. He's a good actor.
He was, but also I think that so like it was so many layers to her story. And I think when you start to really talk like us in general, how complex things are as human beings, and then think of on top of fame. So like think of Whitney Houston, just like how we talked about Will Smith, which I sent you that Will. We're gonna have to talk about that one day. You know, like being American.
That one feels definitely like way closer to the truth. That one. The Will Smith one you sent me.
Oh, you said if it's closer to being true?
Yeah, like that one doesn't even feel like that's a conspiracy. That is.
I didn't think it was a conspiracy. I could totally believe
it's some street shit that you got a homeboy that can help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like this is.
Oh, absolutely. I was like that. But I think that when it comes to, you know, us in general and like how we are, like it's so many layers to us. And then think about when.
Hey, y'all got to go check out that new Will Smith podcast. It's fucking good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to check it out.
It's him and Jeff. It's called 1988. And it's just talks about, they just interviewed a whole bunch of rappers from 88.
Okay. So.
It's good. It's real good.
But ultimately, think about Whitney Houston as being Whitney Houston as America's sweetheart. So it's like so much pressure on her to be this perfect person. You know, you got so many critics of her. You know, she felt like she wasn't accepted by like black people. They felt like she was trying to be white and all these different things. And then all these, you know, her sexuality comes into play and she can't be her true, authentic self. So it was a lot that, like you said, having to sit with a lot of stuff, which ultimately, you know, drove her to doing other stuff, you know, unfortunately. And it wasn't like, and for the record, we're going to stop shitting on Bobby Brown because multiple people have said that he did not introduce her to drugs. She introduced him and her brother introduced it to her. This is confirmation. Like this, people. So leave Bobby Brown alone. I love Bobby Brown.
So mentioning this, I just looked up. This to get real complicated. So the woman that they alleged, Teresa Graves, she died in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
He dies in 2003.
Her daddy.
Does that? Yeah. And what if she finds out around that time when she's dying?
Wait.
She died in 2002. Her dad died in 2003. I mean, Teresa Graves, the woman they're alleging is her mother. She's died in 2002. You said that he didn't go to her dad's own funeral in 2003. He died in 2003. I'm just saying that connection of what if she found out right around then when her mother was dying that was not her real, that was her real mother. And in turn, she didn't come to her dad's funeral.
It could be that, but they touch on a lot of stuff. You have to watch the movie, but
so they talk about that. They showed that in the movie where their relationship.
Yeah, like so the daddy was stealing from her.
Oh shit!
Like Whitney was like on the verge of bankruptcy. Like the dad, like it's a whole old baby. It is tea.
So is this before Bobby that she almost went broke?
No, this is like after. This is like during, like after, like all of that. Like because she ends up like her dad was her manager. So something happens where she has Robin. Like I don't know if it's like her dad's whomever this other woman is that was working for her, could have been her. They pull all of these records. Mm-hmm. Baby, he's spinning like all of like just spinning money. So they fell out mainly because like she didn't have no money. They talk about all of that. So it makes sense like why she did not go.
And low key, the Whitney Houston estate may not have no money, period. Because how much publishing does she probably own?
I don't know, because I know
she's doing with Clive Davis too now. I mean, how much publishing was she owning back then? She didn't write no songs. I don't know how. Nothing.
But even how like now, like he could have been how they showed their relationship. I don't know if
I'm saying it wasn't a lot of money already though, and he's stealing from a little bit. I'm saying that she doesn't have publishing or anything that residually money.
I don't know I don't remember what her contract was, but even her relationship with Clive, it was almost like, not that he was in love with her, but he like loved her, like he cared for her. And because like she when she goes to rehab, that's because of Clive Davis. Clive Davis steps in and it's like, nah, we not having that. So ultimately, you know, maybe she could have found out. That would be an interesting conversation, you know, to I think Robin was her aunt, but that would be an interesting conversation. Maybe if somebody, you know, talked to her brother or maybe dug deeper. And at this point, I mean, to even prove that they would have to exhume both of their bodies, or maybe because she only had Bobby and Bobby Christina died, but I was like, they would have to test somebody within, but it's nobody to test. But yeah, I mean, that was that what I sent you. I was like, ain't no way. And then I was like, oh my God. Man, that is some fences shit, like she said. That was literally fences.
I mean, man, that would be crazy, man.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot.
And it's interesting here, man. She didn't have any other kids.
Yep, none. She had, yep.
Wow. This is man. Wow.
Because think about it, if it like maybe they try to have another kid, maybe they was having issues trying to have another kid, and then this situation come in.
No, I'm talking about the woman Teresa Graves too.
Yeah, no, but I'm like, think about it, like where she might not have been because they were saying like, you know, she was kind of like this struggling artist, like she was doing stuff, but maybe she, you know, especially during that time, not getting your just due, you know, not getting paid, and so you financially really can't take care of this kid, so that's like the next best thing to do, and then you raise this kid.
Yeah, they said she died in the Hyde Park neighborhood in LA. Teresa Graves.
Chicago?
No, and they said in LA.
Oh, okay.
She died. A space heater caught on fire.
Damn.
Yeah, that's weird. That makes me think like, yo, you didn't have no heat. Like for a space heater to catch on fire, that means you got it rolling.
I have a space heater right here, but I also just like heat on my feet.
Right. They said she was the whole thing caught on fire from it.
Damn.
So it says it said that Hyde Park touches Leimert Park on the north, Vermont Square on the northeast, Chesterfield Square on the east, Manchester Square on the south, and Inglewood on the south.
Okay.
And View Park, Windsor Hills on the west.
Okay, yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah. So that's where she was living at, was in Hyde Park. And I'm looking at her her filmography. She didn't have too much, like you said. She had a couple of TV shows, and it kind of went off, and nothing cracked after 75. So what year has Whitney Houston been born in? She would have been 60 something, right?
Yeah, because she died. She was 50.
And that was what? Shit, how long was that ago now?
2010.
Damn, it's been 30.
That was 20. No, that was 2011.
So she'd have been 62 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or was she 55? No, I think Michael Jackson was 55. Or was he 50?
Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up
Whitney
here. So Whitney would be 60 this year. She would have turned 60.
Yeah, it was 20. Oh, actually, that was 2012 because it was the day. I remember it was the day before my birthday.
63.
Yeah.
She was born in 63, and Teresa Graves didn't start getting into movies and stuff till 60.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great. This is a great conspiracy theory. Oh, for real. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do the Tim Anderson update, and we're gonna go to our baby making section of the show. Tim Anderson, man, who I really, really like him as a baseball player because he gives you that old flash and flair from back in the day. Gives you a Willie Mays Hayes from the movie Major League that Wesley Snipes played. But things ain't been going too good for him since he got tossed, number one, by I forgot the player's name. He got tossed up and got all those Sonic coins knocked out of him a few months ago.
Yeah.
And he also had his alleged, no, it's not even alleged, just his another woman with a baby outing him. And then he got the other woman, his wife, pregnant at the same time. Alleged. I mean, it's not even alleged, right? I mean, that's just
what happened. No, he got her pregnant not too much longer after that baby was here. Because, like, if y'all don't remember the tea that we spilled, it was the side girl tea, and how he said he was gonna be with her, how he don't really like his wife, and he just with his wife for photo purposes and things like that, and she had him all with hanging out with the baby, which is, I mean, the nigga was living a double life. Niggas is living a double life, okay? If y'all can't do nothing right, the one thing y'all can do is live a double fucking life, okay? So he actually has had like the worst season of his life for the White Sox this year. Mm-hmm. On top of all the tussling that's happened on and off the field. And so they had the option to sign him. I think it was like for like a $13 million contract, and they decided not to. So yesterday he released his statement.
Jose Ramirez is who he fought, for the record, for people that need to Google it. Jose Ramirez is the one that tossed him.
I was like, I knew it was a Jose, but then I didn't want to sound like I was being prejudiced or something.
Yeah, it's Jose Ramirez. But continue.
But then released a statement talking about, how his time has come to an end here in Chicago with the White Sox and all this stuff. So he's a free agent now. So
they told me he might go to the A's too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He already got picked up by somebody.
They're talking about the teams that's are looking at him. A's is looking at Oakland A's are looking at him.
Listen, like I told you, I'm not into baseball. How you are into baseball, but what I will say, young brother. Get in the gym and focus. You got some situations at your feet because of you. Just do right.
And also, man, Chicago's one of those cities. You can't hang out with the hood people in Chicago. You got to hang out with the white people in Chicago. I'm sorry, I know that sounds horrible, but Chicago's one of them cities. Those women will get your ass. They will get you.
I feel like that's not fair to say. I
would name the other cities. I will not be prejudiced. St. Louis, do not get caught up here. Detroit, them girls will get you. Oakland.
What is St. Louis?
And he's trying to go to Oakland.
You're not gonna do a St. Louis woman like that because all we do is keep it real, and y'all like it. Y'all love it.
There's a long string of brothers with baby mamas from St. Louis. It's like a graveyard of just baby mamas and celebrity dudes.
Really? I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can we talk about it offline?
Yeah, there's at least, me and Javon did this back in 2012. We found 17 celebrities with baby moms here. And that was in 2012.
Okay. Because on the top of my head, I only know 3. Maybe no, 2. I only know 2.
It keeps going. Okay. Go, gadget.
Because one of them don't even live there no more.
One of them passed recently.
Yeah, I don't know who. I only could think of off the top of my head.
Who is that?
I know, but I know who you saying, but I didn't know that he had one there too.
Yeah, that's who his last girlfriend was when he died.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes, my little brother went to high school with her.
Continue to love us. We are great women.
I'm finna name the other cities for athletes out there that you can get caught up in.
LA.
No, you can maneuver there a little bit. Baltimore girls.
They don't.
Don't do it, fellas. If you're there, you got to really watch yourself. Watch yourself.
This is slandering.
Atlanta, watch yourself down there with those women. Miami, watch yourself with those women. Houston, watch yourself with those women. I'd probably name damn near every city that black women was in almost at this point, but y'all get my point. Just watch yourselves, players. Watch yourselves. And Tim Anderson, I love Tim because he is one of us. He ain't like a dude that's, he is one of the regular folks. He from Alabama, I believe, like Birmingham or something. Tuscaloosa. He from Tuscaloosa. He's a regular folk. Yeah, he regular folk. And that was the charm and the bestness of him, but it's also the thing that could be his downfall, that he is with the regular folks.
So what's Terrell Owens' excuse? I was just being silly. Anyway.
Terrell Owens, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different.
But ultimately, listen, hey, just be smart. Yeah, I don't know why it just be so. It's literally, it's like right decision, wrong decision. Why is it so hard for y'all to do right?
I mean,
I don't get it, but whatever. I digress. Next.
I think men do they thing situationally.
I want y'all to do better. We deserve so much more. I was talking to my homeboy earlier today.
Do y'all?
Boy, fuck you.
I'm saying this in jest, but I'm saying it being real too. Like some women is a lot raggedy, be trying to ask for a lot.
No,
a lot of respect out of a dude. But they will go cheat on him if his bread ain't right, or for whatever reason they make up in their head.
Me, myself.
Right, but you try to categorize all dudes.
I ain't talking about. This is another conversation for another day. We're gonna have an episode about this because it's a lot to unpack there. But moving on.
Mention child support. You sent me a thing here that I do want to discuss. So it goes. My 19-year-old daughter feels entitled to my child support I get from her father. How would you handle this? I also think her father is putting things in her head. Either way, the money he sends is for me to care for her, and she doesn't grasp paying bills, which also benefits her siblings, and part of this. And then this is her daughter texting her. My dad told me how much he pays you in child support, and he showed me. I just don't understand how my dad pays $1,900 in child support when when I ask for something, you say no. This syntax is off. These people need to learn to type. Also, you use the money my dad sends to take care of me to spend on Aaron and Jess. When I ask for something, it's always a problem, and you threaten to take my phone away when I do anything you don't like. If it wasn't for me being here and my dad paying you, you couldn't afford to keep the house. I do love you, but I feel like you take advantage of having me here. I'd rather live with my dad, and I just want you to allow for it to happen without making a big deal. I don't think it's right and don't benefit from anything that you give my dad.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm glad that the child is able to voice how they feel. We come from spaces where we are seen, not heard. You are afraid to say certain things to your parents. Hell, sometimes I still be, as my, 36. I'm a little like, how am I gonna say this? Or there's and that's that sweat that comes over your body because you got you're gonna have to say something to check them on something. I feel and I'm gonna say this, and I also like kind of vicariously experienced something similar because my coworker was telling me about the ins and outs and asking for advice. And I love when people come to.
Hey, hold on, real quick, Dom. Hold on, real quick, Dom. Hold on. The child support. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel that. Yeah. Like I said, being able to offer advice to people. And again, I don't have kids, and I love that people feel comfortable and confident that people without kids can also make sound judgment. That's a real thing.
But I don't think people without kids can make sound judgment.
No. I feel like this because I feel like that is. I hate that you feel that way, but also I think it's just because we're looking.
It's like a white person telling me how to be black.
No,
that's how
I'm gonna say that's not true because sometimes we can't offer sound advice because sometimes you could be emotionally thinking. Or
yeah, that's true. I mean, it could be in the.
I'm like, we can't offer. There are certain things I'm like, okay, so look, you tripping,
right.
or
you look at more the interpersonal relationship, not necessarily like a child, but just how you and the child are relating to each other.
Yeah. We're gonna agree to disagree. So we so I would say this. It's tough because I see both ends. But also it's like, okay, if you are asking for certain things, and what it sounds like from what I remember, what I sent you, the mom also works. So it's like there's other things, avenues coming into the house. I don't know if those other the other kids involved, if their dads are paying child support or whatever. But I feel like you should be able to give your kid a little something. Like if she's asking for certain things, especially if it's something that she needs, or extracurricular. So it's like I want to go to homecoming, or I need this for that, or whatever. And she's asking. I feel like you should be able to provide that to her. I feel like it would have been nice where you putting stuff into your house, but also have an account for her where she can go and access the money, and you can kind of monitor her spending. Also teaching her the ins and outs. So I mean, yep. In particular. I can see how the girl says she wants to go live with her dad, especially if it was basic necessities that she needed, like school clothes, shoes, or whatever. And my daddy giving you $2 a month, and I'm not seeing any of it. I can't get a new pair of shoes.
That's the thing, though. If you I wish you would have. Especially the dad is paying 2 stacks, like you said, and basically all your bills is maybe paid for the whole crib off of my child support. I can see how
I have to suffer because it'd be one thing if it was I felt like we were struggling, so I didn't ask. You know what I mean? But I was asking because clearly we were okay, and then you're telling me no, and then it's you can't ask me that. I'm taking your phone. Give me your phone. So I would really like to know a little more insight because I feel like I fuck with the kid on this. I'm sorry.
Look, low-key, a part of me is if she wasn't so worried about it, this is my thing, because it could be two different things I'm thinking in my head. If she's not worried about what's potentially going to happen per se, because she maybe need that money, then just go let her look with the daddy if it's not that important. But is it important? And you got to keep her on because that actually does fund your lifestyle from that one kid being child support. Now, the flip side of it, her dad could be on some fuck dude shit and literally be just trying to get custody of her, but he won't have to pay child support and he ain't going to do shit either.
Yeah.
So that could be the case as well. So it's just a little bit more you have to take in because he could be poisoning in the pool some just for he don't have to pay child support because he don't want to pay.
Yeah. No, that's real. No, that's absolutely real. Like I said, I see both sides of it.
Yeah.
Well, shit, all three sides of it.
You should just send her with her daddy. I bet she, if he ain't a good parent, she'll be back.
Yeah, and hey, that's what I tell when my coworkers. That's what I said. I said, let her try it out. With the dad and see. Do
some people need that child support money to survive? Is the question.
Yeah, I mean,
if you said in where she getting $2 racks.
In this case, my coworker had multiple kids with her ex-husband, so it would be just cut off a little bit just because of the one. So I said, I'm like, I get it. I was like, because it is like, she does have many siblings, and I know that kids, like, we all need certain different things. Maybe she needs a little more, she has her own room, she has certain conversations, she has a little more attention. And your dad, her dad's attention is as spread so thin as yours. Like, it's so many different things. Like, we all have to understand, like, each kid is different, right?
And
so I was like,
it just reminds me of the McDonald's thing. Remember that McDonald's thing that happened where the dude, he only bought McDonald's for his kid?
Yeah, he only had bought his kid food, and then
right. It didn't seem like those other two kids are by him. That's what it felt like from the message.
Yeah. Those other kids, them other kids definitely are not by him. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, okay. But
yeah,
so no. I definitely the most bread, and these kids is eating off of the bread he's spending, and maybe those other two kids are in the mix.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like how I read that text message, it was like that those were not her father's kids, or whatever. So I believe that, like you said, like, it's like, oh, go try it out. If it's good, then good. Like, if it's, not, you can come home. But sometimes people, mamas begin, ornery, and I know that's not the word, but I like saying ornery, like
so old.
They'll say shit like, oh, you can't come back here, it ain't no in and out.
Ain't no in and out, like it's a club.
Yeah, so I was like, so depending on what that looks like and what that sounds like, I could see how they felt like, oh, I have to do this, oh, I have to do that. So I get it, like, I get both sides of it, but it's just also, it's like, well, what are we? If that I could probably give my kids some of this, like, let me just start putting this in an account. Like, I feel like, have a conversation, or if it's like, like, especially with this person being 19, I feel like it's time to have adults. 16, sorry.
16.
Like,
yeah.
I know people don't like kids being in their business, but I was just, like, okay, here's the breakdown of the bills. This is my take home from work. And if you get help, if that person gets help from, the other daddy or whatever, I would break it down to them and say, this is what the bills are in the house. This is how much I have to spend on food for y'all. So this, this covers whatever. So how about this? How about I start putting a couple $100 each time in an account for you that you have access to. But remember, do not spend all your money, because once it's gone,
it's gone.
It is gone.
I'm only taking care of food. I'm only taking care of food and the heat and the electric. I ain't got nothing else.
And so, yes, like, but also this goes, like, I have to buy your school clothes. I have to do this. So for your weekend, your allowance and all this stuff, this is that. I'm not going to say, oh, you have to do chores or whatever. Like, I can meet you in the middle, but like, I would figure out some sort of happy medium where that person,
I'll break it down, itemize it. Like, all right, so we go. It's 3 of y'all kids. Divide the food up by 3. This is how much you owe. Your itemized thing for your child support, which you owe.
Yeah.
And then you can have the rest, but I ain't giving you no extras. If you want to, if she wants to have it like that,
like you can get a job. Or if
I ain't pay for no car, no insurance, no none of that. You got it.
Yeah, and then, like, if you want extra, like, then we can negotiate that. Like, so it's either you do work around here, or you could go get a part-time job, whatever the case may be. But I would try to like have him understand what's happening in your house. Like, but if you could walking around with like Gucci bags and all that stuff, I feel like, okay, you pushing it, because we do know people like that. But it's like, okay, if you were not here, the $2,000 that we get would drastically shift everything.
Yeah, I just wonder who it is. I just want to get some more. I would just like some little bit more information.
I hate when they tell us half-ass stuff on the internet. Like, stop making us jump to conclusions. Like, I'm not always trying to have a dialogue and try to figure it out. Like, just tell us what the fuck it is, and so we can talk about it. Like, okay, yeah, girl, you wrong, or okay, understandable. Cause like sometimes, like you said, like that can make or break some shit, and she just barely getting by with whatever she's getting. You know, like what she making from work, and then you got these other kids.
So, what
It's a lot.
did they ever say that McDonald's thing was fake? Or did that come out to say that was fake? That whole thing was a
I
skit or
don't think they
something?
did, because I feel like I saw something else like that, similar with somebody else, and it was like same thing. It was like something weird kind of happened where it was like the daddy was like on the same shit, where it was like, why do I have to buy all your kids food? Like I brought my kid home from school, type deal. I don't know, like y'all. That's a whole nother conversation in itself. So I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna front. If I was that dad in that McDonald's situation, you want to eat this McDonald's in the car. I mean, fathers don't even.
Yeah, I feel like that. Like,
we gonna sit on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like we just gonna sit there and eat it together and chill out.
Yeah,
we want to have
I
that.
feel like there's so many ways, because like I can see how I see both ends of the spectrum.
Dude,
I see.
But I'm saying if you didn't want it by everybody else, y'all need to go inside and sit in the McDonald's and eat. If you didn't want to have.
No, that's what. No, I agree with you, but because what I'm saying is like I understand the daddy and I understand what the mama is saying. Yeah. Especially if I'm the mama that's like, I ain't got no McDonald's money, and then your sibling come in here like I got McDonald's, and then y'all trying to jump on me for my food. Y'all got me fucked up. Like
it's like that Eddie Murphy joke. I got McDonald's.
Yeah. and it's like, yeah, like you said, like it was almost kind of like you was intentionally trying to be funny, and you might not have been, you know, but it's like you said, like just spend an extra moment with your kid, sit on the inside and keep it moving.
Yeah, because you don't even have to even. And I mean, you know, and sometimes brothers and sisters, we know the treacherous people we dealing with.
Yep.
That is some self. You know the type of dude you messing with, and you know the type of woman. So part of me don't be feeling too sorry for people when they be getting jammed up sometimes, because it's not like, okay, I get it if you was like 18, 19 and you was the first person that got jammed up with this person. But if you already seen a track record of 2 or 3 other people going through the same BS, I can't get mad. I can't empathize with you as much.
That is a you problem.
Especially if you number 4 or 5. Shout out to I'm not even with the Beyonce dancer that you want to talk about. We can talk. That's our last baby moment. Would you like to go into this, or do you not want to broach this?
Oh, they were saying that the nigga, one of the late twins, Laurent, has 37 kids. Now, I feel like 37 that's just very drastic. It
like even more than one dude that we called what do we call him? Kidatron. He had like 20-some kids. He was out of Mississippi, I think. This is
was that the one where that was on
had the picture with all them kids and like the and it was like
I was thinking about the dude that was on Fix My Life, and she had him trying to hold all them baby dolls and he couldn't hold them.
Yeah, that's the same dude. That's the same dude, but the original thing.
Okay. Y'all, I'm even finna bring back Fix My Life, because some of them episodes, I'm like, y'all like, you, woo, baby.
All right, so now since we there, I Googled list of people with the most children.
Okay.
There's a Wikipedia
the daddy from She Hate Me on that list that Anthony Mackie played?
Oh no, this is just random people from like throughout time.
Okay.
So, I'm just trying to see somebody that might be like more modern. Most of these are not in modern times, though. It look like I'm gonna see. Let me do American.
Because you remember, you seen She Hate Me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Oh,
that was my first introduction to Anthony Mackie, and I used to think Anthony Mackie was so cute, and then I heard how he'd be so mean in real life, low key. I was like, ugh.
But I kind of understand him being an asshole in public, though. Because I can see how
that little kid the other week.
He deserved it. That little kid deserved it.
See,
I'm only Captain America in the movies. I'm just trying to get on the subway.
You dick. Don't be like that.
Let me see. Hold on. It's baby guy. Let me see.
Yeah, I ain't sure that he really has 37 kids. I feel like this is somebody just putting information out there because he dumped somebody, and so they in their feelings and they're hurt. So that's just a wild accusation to make about somebody.
So you think, somebody just putting it out there to try to?
Yeah, I feel like that girl just put that out there because her feelings was hurt. So he was like, and maybe he does have a kid with her or whatever. But I just feel like that's just so far, like that's so left field to say. Like that is wild.
Oh yeah, okay. This is my dude, Demond George. He's got 33 children.
Who is that? That's the dude.
This the dude. Yeah, this is the same one from Fix My Life. His name is Demond George. He got 33 kids.
I just will never forget her her and them dolls.
And you know what? It may not be him. This is the one dude we talking about though. He has 33 kids by. He won't even list how many women is by.
Because I know the one that She Hate Me, it was like a lot of women because that he donated his sperm to.
Right. This dude is he's got relationships with all these tricks.
Yeah.
Chicks, sorry. He got pictures of his 33 children on this picture. Like I said, and they're all different shades, man, and colors and
all different shades and colors.
Yeah.
Colors of the wind.
So in this photo shoot, it's only 24 kids. 9 of the kids didn't make the photo shoot. It's only 24.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And he got them all wearing t-shirts with the legacy on it.
You said what?
He got all his kids wearing these t-shirts saying the legacy.
And I'm gonna need for y'all to stop with this legacy shit. Kids is legacy. Y'all know legacy is not limited to just children, y'all. I just want y'all to realize that, but I digress.
In real talk, man, I've been talking, man, legacy is the idea is that most people are you're gonna be forgot about in 2 generations, to be honest with you. And that's a hard pill to swallow to think about.
Do you think people starting to forget about Martin Luther King and like Malcolm X?
No, those are historical. I'm talking about just in general. Even if you were like the best block captain for the neighborhood and took care of everybody, in 2 generations, you will be forgotten. No matter what you did, you had to be so big. Your legacy would have to be so big and monumental. You're still gonna be forgotten.
Yeah. But that's also a part of that too is contingent upon like your impact on people and if they keep it going. So that's a part of legacy. So like when we talk about certain things, certain conversations, certain books, certain things, like that's when I think about legacy, like that's what I think about, like the impact, like what have you done? Did you do something that could have potentially shifted the culture a little bit?
Right.
That's that when we think of legacy, and so like that's in like the grand scheme of things, right? But when I think of legacy, like I think of like when it comes to our family, like our family ties, like when we went to our family reunion when I was in St. Louis, being able to hear the impact of like my great grandmother's like legacy, like that. She wasn't my great, that was my great grandmother. How things happen for our family, the changes that was made, and hearing those stories, it's important to keep stuff like that alive. Like that's why I love, telling stories, connecting with people, because it's like a dope way to, to share different information and different stuff with people. And so people, I think ladies, I'm gonna say this, the niggas that be like, oh, I want to have a kid because legacy, run for them niggas. Like run from them, because they don't understand what legacy means, because it goes so far beyond having a kid that potentially could hate you. Just keep it in the book. Yeah. Like, I hate the world, I did not ask to be here type nigga. Like you do, like it's so much bigger than that. Like, and that's, I'm sorry, but Beyonce said it, like you're part of something way bigger. Like, so what? That's up to you to figure out what that is. So, yeah, We've been here for an hour and a half, guys.
Yeah. We came back. So no, before we jump off, I'm looking at this statistic. Among men ages 20 to 29, 21.2% of white men, 24.9% of black men, 12.4% of Asian men, and almost 30% of Hispanic men are fathers between those ages. Damn. 20 and 29. So Hispanic men are 30%. 30% Hispanic men between 20 and 29 have children. So every one out of basically
the
men.
Latinos be starting early. I was like, "Whoo, yeah!" But you know, and that's a lot of religious stuff because they're so like religious, like they don't be believing in abortions. So,
but think about, black men only 4% more than white men between 20 and 29 with children.
Yeah,
but on the flip side, only 1% of white, Asian, Hispanic men 15 to 19 are fathers compared to 3% of black men the same age. So we got to add 2% on.
You know,
we got kids between 15 and 19.
I think a lot of that probably, I would be interested to see a breakdown of like the class system in all of those. Like where are these people? Like what were they? Like were they in the hood? Were you in the suburbs? Like are you in a trailer park? Are you in like a project? Like so, I wonder what. Like where's the disparities in that? Because that's still, that number is still high, but I feel like that's a lot of key factors into that too.
Wow, 73. So overall, 73%, 73.4% of fathers are married.
Yeah. Like that's that y'all be that, and niggas just be so focused on that small. This is what I'm telling you. I be telling you, I tell you all the time. I was like, Daryl, like it's just certain conversations we don't have because we don't relate. Like it doesn't come up on my timeline, and then I know the number is so much bigger. Yeah. Like when we talk about black people that get married, people be talking about black women that don't be getting married. I was like, well, how is it like 80-something% of black people be getting married?
To other black people too.
To other black people. How like where? Yeah, 20% is high, like of single people, things that happen. But I'm like, y'all forgetting about the other people that exist within this number, like the positive number. But people, like we said, like it's the algorithm. It's the algorithm. Yeah. It's certain people that people know who to pander to certain type of niggas, like to say certain stuff, and people get their rocks off because their feelings is hurt.
Man, that's a hell of a thing. 73.4% of all fathers are married.
Mm-hmm. That's a huge number.
And then on top of it, 12.9% are divorced. So that means that almost 90% of men are either married or have been married.
Yep.
And have children. And then 3.2% are widowed.
Okay. Yeah. See? Such a small number.
Yeah. But man, where can people hit you at up, Dom?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at St. Angeles and Whiskey Soured. And I also have my candle.
Keep them subs going up Keep them subs going up over there for.
Yeah, y'all give me to 1,000. Like I would like. I don't know why this is so hard on the YouTubes. Like I don't know. But and I also have my candle business.
Theory about that, but go ahead. I got a conspiracy theory about it, but
okay. And yeah, like I have my candle business pinged and all of that. It'll also be in the show notes. Mm-hmm. That code will be early. I'm not gonna write something so long. I'll text it to D so he can put it in there instead of the Aquarius code. Because I was gonna say early Black Friday. I'm just gonna say I'll say Black Friday or some shit like that or whatever. Month Friday.
Month Friday. There you go.
Month Friday. So yeah, that'll be there. So y'all can experience the line, different scents that you might have been wanting to try. So yeah, that's all for me. Be sure to subscribe to the Whiskey Sour podcast as well. And that's all I got today.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening as always. We will be back soon. Peace.